A patriot who sacrificed not just his life but his family, his faith, his name, his identity, everything he ever was. And yet, he never received the honor of being wrapped in the Indian tricolor. He was a son of India who rose to become a major in Pakistan army. But behind that uniform was a loyal Indian spy. His mission was top secret. His courage was unmatched. This is the real life story of Ravindra Kaushik, the boy who walked into the enemy land and became India's greatest spy. Today I'll take you through the story of how a young theatre artist became a legend this nation must never forget. Ravindra Kaushik was born on April 11, 1952 in Sri Ganganagar in Rajasthan. He grew up in a simple household in a quiet border town. Like many children, he went to school, played with friends and shared dreams with his family. But one thing stood out, his love for acting. On stage, he came alive. In school and college plays, he often chose to play army officers, roles that reflected his quiet admiration for the men in uniform. He later joined the S.T. Bihani College, where his confidence on stage only grew stronger. He had a powerful voice, spoke fluent Urdu and carried a certain presence that made people notice him. It was during these college performances that someone else noticed him too. The officers from RAW, India's external intelligence agency, saw him in a rare combination: talent, discipline and the ability to slip into any character without hesitation. And so, what began as a college play slowly became the beginning of a far more serious role. In the early 1970s, India was facing a rising tensions with its neighbor. There was a growing need for someone who could blend into Pakistani society and gather critical military information. That's when Ravindra Kaushik was approached by RAW agents. They believed he had the calm mind, sharp memory and presence needed for deep undercover work. And he agreed. He was just 23 years old. From that point on, his life changed completely. He underwent intense training, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. He was taught to adopt a new faith, speak fluent Arabic and Urdu, understand Pakistani culture and live like someone born and raised across the border. He learned to send and receive coded messages, survive on his own in unfamiliar places and erase any trace of who he once was. Eventually, RAW agents gave him a new identity. He was given a new name, Nabi Ahmed Shakir. After completing his training, Ravindra Kaushik was sent to Pakistan. In the year 1975, he entered the country with a completely new identity, one that had been carefully built over time. His documents, background and even his personal history were crafted to show that he was a local Muslim youth named Nabi Ahmed Shakir, born and raised in Pakistan. Using this identity, he applied to Karachi University and was admitted to study law. This step wasn't random, it was strategic. Studying law not only helped him learn the country's legal and administrative systems, but it also gave him a credible platform to later enter government service, which was the long-term plan. No one around him suspected the truth. To them, he was just another student, dedicated, intelligent and disciplined. His accent, his appearance and even his body language had been shaped carefully during training. After finishing his law degree, Ravindra didn't rush into anything. He stayed quiet and careful, waiting for the right opportunity to move ahead with his mission. One day, he came across a public notice about the recruitment in the Pakistan army. It was the kind of opportunity he had been trained to take. He applied, went through all the required tests and interviews, and he was selected. Over time, with discipline and intelligence, he rose through the ranks and was eventually promoted to the post of major. During this period, from 1979 to 1983, Ravindra worked as an undercover agent for RAW, sending back vital military intelligence to India. The information he provided included troop movements, military strategies, and other classified details, which played a crucial role in strengthening India's defense preparedness. The intelligence he sent back to India helped the country stay alert and ready during critical times. His efforts are believed to have protected many lives and give India a strong advantage in national security. Impressed by his courage and contributions, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi gave him the title Black Tiger, a name that RAW and the Indian government would forever associate with pride. He became India's most successful undercover agent in Pakistan. During this time, Ravindra Kaushik married Amanat, the daughter of a Pakistani army tailor, a step that strengthened his cover and helped him blend in completely. The couple had a son, Arif Ahmad Khan. He maintained his Indian identity silently, never revealing the truth to his wife. Meanwhile, his family in India remained unaware of his true whereabouts. He had told them he was working in Dubai. In 1981, Ravindra received permission from RAW to visit India under strict confidentiality to attend his younger brother's wedding. After that brief visit, he returned to Pakistan and resumed his mission without ever returning home again. But in 1983, Ravindra was caught, not by his own mistake, but by someone else's. It was a cruel turn of fate. Another RAW agent, Inayat Masih, was sent across the border to deliver a message to Ravindra. But before he could reach him, Masih was arrested by Pakistani intelligence. Under brutal interrogation, Masih was tortured. And during that torture, he revealed Ravindra's real identity. Within days, Ravindra Kaushik was arrested by Pakistani's Inter-Services Intelligence, ISI. The man who had lived with loyalty and discipline for India, hidden deep inside the enemy lines for years. He was tortured brutally, questioned for months, and then sentenced to death, which was later changed to life imprisonment. Ravindra Kaushik was thrown into silence and suffering. His life inside Pakistani prisons were painful beyond words. But even then, he never revealed RAW's secrets. He remained loyal till the very end. He was held for 16 long years, first in Sialkot jail, then in Kot Lakhpur, and finally in Mianwali jail. During this time, his wife Amanat came to know the truth, that the man she had married was not a Pakistani officer but an Indian spy. She reportedly came to visit him once in prison, realizing the depth of his sacrifice, and then, under the weight of the truth, returned with a heavy heart. Ravindra must have held on to that hope. Somehow, he would return to home, that the country which he served would come for him. But the painful truth was, RAW could never officially claim him, and India could not raise its voice because he never officially existed. By then, he was severely ill. His health slowly worsened. He developed TB and heart disease, but he was never given the proper medical treatment, and his health continued to worsen. Back in India, his family finally learned of his condition. They rushed to Delhi, hoping for help, but their appeals were met with silence. No response, no support. In November 2001, at just 49 years old, Ravindra Kaushik died in Mianwali jail. Alone, in pain, in a foreign land, he was buried in a prison graveyard, without a name, without a ceremony. Ravindra Kaushik lived a life most people can't even imagine. He lived as an Indian, a Muslim, a soldier, a spy, and a silent hero. He gave his youth, his identity, and his life for a nation that could never acknowledge him publicly. Even today, many people don't know his name. But in the world of Indian intelligence, he is remembered as a legend. The world may not build statues for spies, but we can tell their stories so that we never forget the heroes who sacrificed their lives in silence. This was the story of Ravindra Kaushik, India's greatest spy, the Black Tiger. I hope you like this video. For more such powerful stories, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned to my channel. Until my next video, stay curious and keep reading. Signing off, Pitch Pulse Belly. See you next time.